Saturday, you all. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday morning. It is Saturday. It is this morning. It's the weekend. I hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful weekend. And if you all ain't having one yet, I hope you all begin to have one. Because we don't have any. We don't have much options as far as how things go. How things go. You know what I mean? So we just gotta take how it goes and go with it. Before I begin to talk, let me wait for some people to join in because I don't want to talk myself to death and nobody is listening. So, yeah, I'll wait for some folks to join in. Um, in the meantime, I want to thank all my subscribers. I want to thank all my members, all my supporters for supporting my channel. I appreciate you guys. I'm with you guys. I love you guys. I am very appreciative of you guys. So thank you guys for always supporting me. Hey Ashley, how you doing? Grand Rising. Hey Teresa, good morning to you too. I hope everything is going well. I was thinking about this right here. Hey Ali. Hey Carlina, where you been, girl? Where you been? Good morning. Hey Jamisha. Hey Enrich, how are you doing? Hey, why not? Long time to see. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Good morning from Georgia, RX Mom. I'm in Georgia too. Aura, good morning. Good morning. Hey Chesney, I see my folks is here. I can start now. I can start now. My folks, my people are here. Hey, listen, I appreciate you guys for joining me. Hey Shanice, I have a very important message, and I don't know who it's for. And for over the past week, I've been just dreaming things. I don't know, sometimes in my awakening, no matter what stage you are in your awakening process, because, you're never awakened yet. You are never awake yet. Hey, Killeen, good morning. Emberly, good morning. Hey, had to turn on my note. Okay, good. I'm glad. My rehab and just did. Okay, Carlina, I see you. Good. Um, on my awakening journey, I have learned some things, and one of the things that I've learned is that you never fully awaken because every day is a new day. You have to awaken to that day. You have to stay consistent in your open eyes because it's natural for us to go back to sleep. It's natural for us to kind of slow down a bit. It's natural for us to take a break, and it's natural for us to have cheat days. So on my awakening journey, I realized that nobody, I'm not always awakened. But I have learned some things. But this week I've been having dreams and talking in my sleep. I don't understand what's going on. And as I speak in my sleep, I remember when I wake up what I was saying. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like as I wake up, I remember. Well, I'm fully awake, but yet I'm fully sleeping. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Hey, Janae, how you doing? Simone, how you doing? Don't change. Good, thank you. Hey, Suzette. To meet a man. So one thing that I've been speaking in my sleep, because sometimes I wake up and somebody is ministering to me. I don't know if you understand what that means. Sometimes I wake up and I'm being ministered to, like somebody's reading the scriptures or reading a book or reading some type of knowledge to me, and I'm like, wow. And to me now is at the blue stage again. Actually, to be honest, I'm wearing blue right now. That blue stage is different. That knowledge stage. Listen, I read the scriptures this morning. The scriptures, and you all know I'm not a Christian, and I don't practice any kind of religion. I mean, I'm not a Christian, but I am a Christian. I am not a Muslim, but yet I am a Muslim. I am not. I'm just a part of everything. I was reading the scriptures in Mark chapter 2. So if you've been seeing 2, this is for you, especially for those of us who have been seeing 2. Has anybody been seeing 2? Hey, Lisa. Chastity, is your birthday? Happy birthday, Chastity. Happy birthday. I hope you're having a beautiful, 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 amazing day. Of course, nobody called me all morning. Nobody called me all morning. Nobody called me all morning. Can you access me? Somebody just called me. Um, probably mess up my phone call. Can you access me? Hey, Miss Sapphire, how are you doing? Only 10:10. Can you still hear me? Okay, good. Okay, good. My phone just rang. Um, okay. So for the ones who've been seeing 2, listen. Check out Mark chapter 2, and verse 22. Let's go to Mark chapter 2 and verse 22. This is straight from memory. It says, do not put new wine in old wine skins. Because if you put the new wine in old wine skins, the wine is going to spill. Let me explain to you what that means. Do not put new wine in old wine skins. A lot of us are right now trying to put new information, new practices, new businesses, new relationships into old programming. It's not working. It's not working. 222, this is for you all. It's not working. It ain't gonna work. See, this season that you are in right now, it is not your season to start things new. It's not your season to do new things. It's not your season for new relationships. It's not your season for new anything. It is your season to clean. It is your season to rinse out that old wineskin. Because let me explain to you about the old wineskin. You see, the reason why it is not good to put new wine in old wineskin is because back in the days, the old wineskin wasn't flexible. The old wineskin was too stiff. So when you put the new wine into it, it busted. It just bam. It wasn't flexible enough. So see, you are trying to put new information, new beginnings, new relationship into an old programming, and it's not working. It's blowing you up. It's making you react. It's busting you open. It's messing with your mind. It's messing with your spirit. And so therefore, all it does, it spills out. Because the old programming cannot withstand the new relationship. It cannot withhold. It cannot maintain that frequency of the new wine. It's too different. You have to learn the new wine. Only put the new wine skin into the new, as far as I was. Only put the new wine into the new wineskin. Only put the new wine into the new wineskin. So since we only have one wineskin, we have to clean it out first. We have to clean it out. So this is not yours. See, the reason why nothing is working for you right now is because you are trying to put the new information, new relationship, new health, new this, new program, and new practices, new this and new businesses and new jobs and new promotion. You are trying to put that into the old wineskin, into the old programming, into the old concept, into the old identity, into the old belief system, into the old who you think you are, into the old victim mentality, into the old mindset, and it's not gonna ever work. It's not gonna work. That's why it's not working until you clean. See, and at this journey in my life, man, purging is every day. Because when you put something new in, you got to remove something old. Because if not, they're going to come together and they're going to rust. They're going to cause you to just mess up. They're going to cause you to react. Because when you put new information into the old programming, you feel funny. You feel funny. The law of dissonance you begin to feel confused. That's why we are feeling confused. We begin to feel confused because new information, old programming, we don't know what the hell is going on. This is why nothing is working. It's not because you don't deserve it, right? It's not because you're not worthy. It's not because you're not good enough. It's not because you are not ready. It's not because you are not great. It's not because you are not desirable. It's not because you are not good enough. It's because you have to first cleanse it out first. You gotta do some work. You're gonna take some soap and water and you're gonna rinse it out. Hey Candy, good morning. You're gonna take some, thank you, Enrich. You're gonna take some soap and water and rinse it out. And to rinse it out is to understand that your whole identity you gotta take your whole identity and wash it. It's no longer helping you on this journey, not in this part of your life. It is not helping you. Hermione, how you doing? It's about Hermione. You gotta rinse that thing off. You gotta rinse that old belief system. You gotta rinse who you think you are. You gotta clean that. Your identity. You gotta take some soap and water and wash it, because you're not what you think you are. You are not what you believe you are. Because I'm telling you, many of us, we can have great relationships. We can have great things. Hey, Lindley. We can have great realities and great life, but we are holding on to our old identities. We are holding on to our old concepts of living. We are holding on to what our parents taught us. We are holding on to what social media and the media is teaching us. You have to clean that off. Because I'm telling you, many times, many of us are suffering because when the new information goes into you, when you want the new desires of your heart, sometimes the Creator just wants to experience life within you. So he gives you dreams, and he gives you vision, and he gives you goals, because he or she or whatever it is want to experience that in this physical aspect. But we are so self-consumed. We are so self-righteous. We are so self-absorbed that we cannot allow. See, like what Jesus did? That's what he did. He allowed, that's all he did. And we are followers of, we say we are followers of Christ, but we're not following the Christ, what he's teaching us. We are teaching, you can't teach people to be a follower. I was in the military for 20 plus years. I cannot teach my soldiers to be a follower. I teach them to be a leader. See, Christ was not teaching you to be a follower. Christ was teaching you to be the Christ of your own life, to be the Savior. He was teaching you how to release the old wine. He's not teaching you to be a follower. So many of us are followers, and we make excuses for our following. I've been following Christ. No, become that level. Become the teacher. Become that wisdom. Become the information. But you have to let it flow. How do you keep being awake? To keep being awake, right? And I know this is a silly thing to say. To keep being awake, you have to be intentional. You have to keep your eyes open, not your emotions. See, many of us are leading with our emotions and our feelings. We are trying to navigate life with our emotions and your feelings. Remember, the person who navigates life using emotions and feelings is a blind man. Only the blind man. Hey, Amanda. Only the blind man navigates life with a stick where he can only feel. Only the blind man. When you are awake, you're not dependent on your feelings anymore. You're dependent on knowing what to do, because I see clearly this is the path, and you go on that path. It's not about seeing. It's not about emotions. It's not about feelings. It's about not being distracted by what is around you, by who influenced you to feel this and feel that. Only a blind man is only navigating life based on his feelings. So how do you stay awake? You have to intentionally open your eyes, because sometimes your eyes want to close. Just like the 10 bridesmaid or bridegroom or whatever they are. Five allow their candles to, or their lamp, the oil to be finished. Because when you're waiting for all this, and you're waiting to see something, you're waiting for a specific event, you're waiting for a time, you're waiting for your birthday, you're waiting for this moment, you're waiting for a new year to start. So during that, you're gonna let your candle or your lamp just burn out, your oil. But there's five who waited, who just staying awake. Staying awake is sometimes is rough, because you see things that you don't want to see. Yeah, Lynn. Yeah, I remember I had a friend who reminded me to wake up. How do you stay awake? You got to be intentional. You gotta stay. You gotta be intentional. I'm telling you, man. My message was on my heart heavy this morning. You cannot put new wine in old wineskin. Many of us having this old wineskin for so long. We carry it everywhere we go. We carrying it different countries. We carrying it different situations, different relationships, different friendships. We carrying it and then we realize why nothing works, why nothing lasts, why we can't have anything, why nothing is working how it works. Yeah, Candy. Why nothing ever lasts with us? What's going on? Is it everybody else? Is it those people? Is it all my relationship? Is it all those men? Is it all those women? It's because it's our program and it's not allowing our new wine to stay in. The new wine seeps out. I'm telling you. When I realize, man, listen, when I realize that what the verse really means, man. When I realized what the verse really means, it's because the old wineskin was not flexible. The old wineskins would break, they were brittle, they were fragile. So when you put that new wine in, see, our egos are so fragile. You hear me? Our egos are so fragile. Our identities are so fragile, ain't it? Our egos are so fragile that if I tell you something about you or tell you the truth, you can't take it. You want to fight me. If you're dating somebody and they tell you something that you don't like, you want to fight them. Our egos is like that new wineskin. So now the information that I'm given in that old wineskin, it makes you feel triggered. That's what triggered really means. It makes you feel triggered because the old wineskin is useless. It's useless. Time to let go, man, Killian. Time to let go. That new wine. That new wine, man. That new wine too. It tastes good too. We just can't taste it because the old wineskin just consumes your identity. You want to attach to the old way of doing things. You think things should look the same. And you know what? We expect things to look and be the same, even though, a lot of these identities that we have, identity crisis, it worked 10 years ago. It worked when you was in that situation. It worked when you was in an abusive relationship. It worked when you was, fighting for your life. It worked when you were in a survival area. When I was in I realized that when I was in Iraq, I had to always look back and, always anxious, always waiting for something to happen. I was in Iraq fighting for my life. I was in Iraq I had to always be on guard. This person want to take my life. This person want to hurt me. This person want to take my life. This person is waiting to just shoot me. This person is waiting to just attack me. This person is waiting. This person have the. So I'm looking. I don't trust nobody. I was in a combat zone. Listen, I was in a combat zone. Listen to what I'm saying. I was in a combat environment in Iraq. I'm looking around because I know at any moment my life is gonna be taken from me because everybody else for them is a gift to hit me. It's a gift to blow me up. It's a gift. I mean, it's a gift to just shoot at me. I was ready, so I'm always on the constant. I don't trust nobody. I don't love nobody here. I don't feel safe. But that was in that environment. I cannot bring that same reality or the reaction to this environment because it doesn't work here. It doesn't work here. It doesn't work here no more because now that I'm back, if I believe everybody want to hurt me still. Everybody want to take my life. Everybody want to do this. Everybody want to do that. Now I brought back Iraq here. I brought back that old wineskin. Now I can't condition myself. I can't recondition myself. I can't recondition anything because I'm still looking. I'm still back there. Many of us are still back there. Many of us ain't here yet. We're not here yet. We're not here. And so we keep feeling anxious, we keep feeling insecure, we keep feeling antsy, we keep feeling tired, we keep feeling drained because you're still in the same environment in your mind until you clear out that identity. You gotta clear it out. It's your time, man. Nothing that you do in this season will work. So for my 222 people, let's look at Mark 2:22. You have to clean that old wineskin out if you want it to maintain or to continue to hold the new wine. You gotta clean it out. You gotta clean out. You gotta be you can't just stay attached to what you used to be. You can't stay attached to your old identity yet you want a new reality. They don't go together. You can't keep being the victim. You can't keep being hurt because being hurt in an environment where there's peace is like you being hurt in heaven. It doesn't work. You're in the wrong place. You are confused. You are confusing. You're on two different frequencies. You in here, but you still hurt. How can you be hurt here? You cannot be hurt here. Listen, you hear what I just said? If you are hurt here, it doesn't make sense. Feel how much you have helped me. I sent my friend your. Thank you so much, Weiner. Thank you so much. Listen, I'm telling you. Let's hear what I just said. You can't be hurt here anymore. I can't be hurt still. Being here, I can't be hurt. When I know I have an option, our choices, I can't be hurt. I can't. Because if I'm hurt, then everything that I perceive, everything's a threat. Everybody want to hurt me. Everybody want to take my life. Everybody want to ruin me. Everybody, I don't trust nobody. We got to stop. That gotta be, cut that off right now. You got to cut that off. And it's your time. You can't be hurt here. You really can't be hurt here at all. Seriously, you really can't. So it's your time. So listen, today, right? Told us to take a shower to cleanse the spirit and let the new come in. That helped me. Good, Lindley. I'm telling you, for real. For real. Listen, we gotta keep doing that. Can do you hear and receive? Touch on what the purging process feels like. Don't always base things on a feeling. I think the feeling is for the old programming. Remember, feelings is for the old programming. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with feeling, but that cannot be a thing. You know, when I go into my space, I don't look for a feeling. When I go into a space, I don't look for a feeling. I don't look for a feeling, because feeling is what you want to actually, you want something to attach to, which is feelings that's past. Remember, feelings are past information. Feelings are past information. So you are trying to connect to something of the past to feel. So, you know, it's like trying to live a new life, but you want to feel the same old feeling. We can't do that anymore. Don't look for a feeling. Use faith. Know that it is done. Know that what you speak of is done. Don't look for a feeling. Know that what you want is done. It's not a feeling based on it. Feelings, remember, the blind man used, this is why the Bible says, that something generation looks for signs. The evil generation looks for signs and wonders. Don't look for feelings. Don't look for a sign. Have the faith enough to know that it is done. Have the faith enough to know that it is complete. Have the faith to know that whatever you speak, when I teach people how to heal themselves, don't look for a feeling. Trust what you are just doing. Trust what you did. Understand what you did. Do it, and don't ever question if it didn't work or not. Never question if it worked, because it's not a feeling. Even if you don't feel any different, sometimes healing don't feel different. There's no different feeling. When Moses and the Israelites was in the wilderness, all the feelings that they had was the feelings that they had in Egypt. Let me say it again. When Moses was in the wilderness with his people trying to find the promised land, you notice is when the feeling came back, is when they worship other gods, is when they build their altars and worship their gods that they knew, is when they question God, is when they question Moses, is when them feelings came. Feelings of fear, feelings of hunger, feelings of thirst, is when they question Moses. Don't seek a feeling. The feeling just leads you back to a place where you once were. We're not in that place anymore. Now, trust. We're using faith now. That's what we're using, faith. We're using faith. We're putting our own imagination. We're putting our own thoughts, our own intentions, and we're using faith, knowing that it is done. We got to know it is done. Don't base it on a feeling. You're going to go wrong. I don't live life. One thing on this journey that I have learned, I don't use feelings. I mean, I do use feelings, but I understand how to use feelings. You have to know how to use them. Should have a... Yeah, Elsa, you have to learn how to use feelings. It's not meant for you to suffer in, it's not meant for you to suffer in it. It's not meant for you to be feeling like you are not enough, feeling, insignificant, feeling irrelevant. We are using our feelings to cut us. Use feelings to co-create the things that you need. Hey, Dina, use your feelings to create. That's what they're there for. Because right now we are creating, but we are creating the same old stuff. Man, listen, in the wilderness, in the promised land, he's taking us, just like it took the Moses and the Israelites on an 8 to 11 day journey. It took them 40 years. It took them 40 years. 40 years. Trying to work off that hurt. Trying to work off that identity. They're not slaves anymore. But they were slaves for 40 extra years. You can't go into the promised land as a slave. You can't. It doesn't work. You can't go into the promised land and be sick. You can't go into the promised land as a victim. The two don't align. You can't go into the promised land hurt. You got to get rid of the hurt. And sometimes the hurt is just stuck to your identity. So if you get rid of the hurt, you get rid of who you are. You can't tell me who I am. You know who I am? You have to release the identity sometimes. Literally can't walk at this time, and I know it's part of the cleansing process. So I get where, wow, you can't walk? We gotta talk about this. What's up, tag team? How you doing? How you doing, tag team? I'm telling you, listen, we can't get far with this identity. But we hold on to it because to lose your identity is to question everybody around you. See, if you remove your identity, you gotta remove holding somebody hostage for where you're at. Whew, Jesus. I think that one just spoke to someone. If you remove your identity, that made me laugh because that's what I needed. Y'all hear what I just said? Oh my God. If you remove your identity, you have to let people go. The ones who have hurt you, the ones who have caused it, you have to release them, forgive them. You have to let them, you have to release them. And we can't afford to release them because they are responsible for who we are and why we are in our life. So to release identity, you have to do some work. No, so let me hold on to let me hold on to the old wineskin and trying to put new wine into it, even though it hasn't been working. I can't keep the damn wine in it. The wine, I can, drink it for 2 days, but on the third day, it's like, man, this wine, I don't know, people just piss me off. People just get on my damn nerves. See, the wine tastes good, but holding it, drinking it for the next 6 days, it becomes boring because you drink alone sometimes. You got to drink alone. Oh my. To get to get to the new, to release that old identity, it takes everybody. It removes everybody. Everybody gotta go. Hey, I have to forgive you. Listen, it's not. I can't give you credit for this. But I can't take you off the hook. Many of us, we can't. We refuse to take people off the hook. We think if we let them go, I remove you from the hook. You can't take. And you know what? The truth is, they're not on the hook. You've been on the hook your whole life. You're the one on the hook. You're the one that's on the hook. You're the one on the hook, not them, because you can't move on. So we think that we have to we gotta take people off the hook when we forgive them and let them go. You're taking yourself off the hook because you have hooked yourself. I'm telling you, we are in this wilderness for too long. We are in this wilderness for too long, man. A journey that was supposed to take 11 days, taking 40 years. How old of us? How old are us? I'm 44 years old this year. Some of us in our 60s, 70s, 50s, 40s, 30s. The journey, and we think it's so hard because everybody around us. You see, listen, hear this. Can I just say one more thing? Can I say one more thing before I let you guys go? Can I just say one more thing? Can I tell you all one more thing? Please. I have to say this. See, everybody that we around on the same journey as us. That's why it takes them so long. So it reconfirms your lengthy time of healing, right? It's making you feel comfortable in your 40 plus years of healing because everybody around you on the same journey. See, everybody around you in the same wilderness, fighting and rebelling and being anxious and bringing their own gods and experiencing their own gods and building all the altars. And so everybody is doing it. So you think, well, I'm on the right path. It's been 40 years, but I'm on a journey of healing because everybody around you. See, if Moses and his people was looking at each other saying, well, we are in this wilderness together, fighting together, experiencing all this suffering, that I'm on the right path. Listen, find people who have left the damn wilderness because that's what you need to do. Leave the wilderness. Don't be comfortable around people who are not comfortable. Don't be comfortable around people who walk in the same taking forever to heal themselves when all you have to do all this whole time is to change your perspective and look at yourself differently. Look at yourself differently. But we cannot look at ourselves differently because everybody that we hanging with, everybody that we sleeping with, everybody that we are around, everybody, it keeps us in the same place because they are all stuck in their place. So it makes you feel comfortable to be stuck too. So when it's time to move, you can't move. See? So it takes us 40 years because everybody is taking 40 years. So, hey, I'm walking with him and her. They're taking a while. So that means it's actually hard. That means healing is hard. And then we hear these people say, healing is hard. Healing is so hard. It is so much work. What if healing is not that much as we think? It's just everywhere we go, we put up an altar. Let me explain. See, when we read these scriptures, we don't see ourselves. That's the problem. When we read these scriptures, we don't see ourselves because we don't realize Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Roots, First, Second Samuel, First, Second Kings, First, Second Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Songs of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentation, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, 1st, 2nd Corinthians. Listen, we don't even realize that that's you. That's you on a journey. That's you on a journey. That is your journey of you. It's not them. They ain't talking about nobody else but you. Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James. Listen, we don't realize this is you talking about. It was always you. It's not about nobody else. This is your stages. This is your stages. This has always been about you. Hey, Christina. So imagine, everywhere we go in life, every place we go, we set up an altar. We set up altars to remind us of where we were. We set up our altars to remind us of our old gods who we worship. We set up our altars. We want to set up our altars, and these altars are our emotions. Hey, Melita. These altars are on our emotions. So when we feel this, we set up an altar. Well, I feel this. So let me sit down here and praise this emotion. Let me listen to it. Let me go with it. Let me do what it tells me to do. And let me set up an altar. We don't even understand that this is what we're talking about. This is you. Your altars that we set up is you. We set up on the altars. And we question these people in the Bible because we don't see ourselves in it. We don't see what we are doing. We don't see. We have separated us from the Bible. So now we don't understand it. We don't live it because all those books are about you, has always been about you, but you just don't see it because you are self-absorbed. You see the outside. We only see the outside, man. Thank you, Lisa. All we're seeing is the outside. The longer we look at the outside, blaming everybody for our situations. Everyone is a cause of our own demise. Everything is a reason why we can't stay happy. Pain and suffering. The journey was supposed to be 11 days. We're still going on years after years after years being after you have been delivered. After we have been delivered, we are supposed to be in the promised land right now. Along the way, we have fought against Moses. Seriously. That is true, Aura. That is true. I'm just letting you guys know, man. When I started this journey, I don't know what the hell I was getting in. I had nobody to go off of. I had nobody who was guiding me. I had no one who was telling me anything. I thought I was going crazy myself. But I realized the longer I can choose to be healthy or I can choose to stay sick. Staying sick sucks, man. Staying sick sucks. Staying sick when I don't have to be sick, it sucks. Listen, healing is natural if you just sit your ass down. Hey Naz, how you doing? We have been delivered. We have been delivered a long time ago. We have been delivered a long time ago, but we're still walking around in circles in the wilderness, acting like we want because you are afraid to get rid of the old you, because the old you is still, you have your mother there, your father, your ex, your cousins, your siblings, all your friends, social media. We have everybody that we once know. So let me tell you all the secret. I'm in a new version, but I held on to everything else because you know why? I learned to separate myself from everyone and from everything and from my emotions and from my feelings and from my taste buds. I have learned to find myself in everywhere I look. And when you can find yourself everywhere you are, you can stay with your people. But first, you have to remove yourself first. Let me tell you something. First, you have to remove yourself. Know how to do without it. You see, like when I tell my clients, listen, first, you have to learn, stop eating meat for a second. Just stop eating meat. I'm not saying to eat it to stop forever. Stop eating meat. And when you stop eating meat, you will learn how meat affects your energy. You will feel a shift in your energy. You will feel a shift. You will feel the energy change. Your aggression might change a bit. Your anxiety might change a bit. The way how you think might change a bit. The way how you feel, the way how your body relaxes might feel a bit. And when you understand that feeling, when you understand that experience, when you understand you in that, now you can bring it back. Because now you know the difference. Always learn to separate you from everything else around you. And when you're doing that, you can do exactly what you want to do. But you know where to find you. The problem is we don't know where to find us because we have never found us. All we think that we have found, or all we have found is you with everything else. And you put everything else together in a soup, in a gumbo, and everything has the same flavor. If you remove one thing, everything, I can't, it's nasty. See, you have grouped everything to be a part of your identity. So to remove one thing, you think that something is wrong. My life is, no. Life is life. But there's ingredients too. Listen, the soup is the soup. The salt is the salt. Adobo is the adobo. The soup is the soup, but you have to learn to separate everything else. And even when you take off everything else, can you still be you? You have to learn to learn to live without nothing. And then when you find you, add it back in. Because if you lose you again, if you lose all those things, you know what you are. You're not worried. See, the problem is when it comes to relationship, when it comes to wealth, when it comes to everything else, you don't know you. You are thinking that you are all these things combined. All you are is the breath. Go ahead and breathe. That's what you are. Go ahead. Breathe again. That's what you are. Do it one more time. Breathe again. That's what you are. But you have included relationships. You have included this. You have included that. You have done this. You have done that. And you have included everything with the breath. So when something moves, the breath begin to suffer. I can't breathe. When he leaves, I begin to suffer. I can't breathe. When he moves or she moves, I can't breathe. When the house is being quiet, I can't breathe because you have put everything together. You don't know how to separate. You gotta separate your life. You gotta separate your life because your life is not what you think it is. Your life is not the money. It's not the. It's just because when everything else is removed, guess what you still have? The breath. Don't you still have the breath? If your breath is removed, what do you have? Nothing at all. Can you all still hear me? Are you all still there? Think about it. Think about it. You notice. Do you notice that when everything is gone, you still have the breath? The house is gone. Yeah, you might be homeless. The money is gone. Even the kids sometimes going to school, going to college. But go ahead. Remove the breath. See what you have left. Nothing. So cherish the breath. Find the breath in all things. Can somebody comment? Find the breath in all things. Can you write that down? Find the breath in all things. Can you write that down, please? Find the breath in all things. Please write it down. Because I want you all to remember it. I want it to stick. And it sticks better when you write it down. Text this on the phone. Let my screen flood out with this. Find the breath in everything. Find the breath in all things. Find the breath in all things. Thank you, Jamisha. Find the breath in all things. Find it. Look for it. Look for it. Look for it. Look for it. Lord, look for the breath. Find the breath. If you can find the breath, everything will make sense. If you can't find the breath, oh, listen, when you're going through something, find the breath. When you are sad, find the breath. When you're emotional, find the breath. When somebody leaves, find the breath. If you can find the breath, you can find your present. If you can find the breath, you can find your present. You see, the thing is, when somebody leaves, when something removes itself, when something is gone, you can't find the breath because that's not on your mind. You're not realizing that health, life, everything is still there. You think it's gone, but it's not. Find the breath in all things. I don't care how sad you feel, how lonely you feel. Find the breath. See what happens. When you can find the breath, Lord, you will find you. Because you realize that nothing else has been removed. The breath is still there. Life is still abundant. Find the breath in all things. Everybody want to lose the breath. See, when something happens, your breath speeds up. That's why you can't find the breath. That's why anxiety comes, because your life is being removed. You're not finding the breath. You're not holding on to the breath. You would rather hold on to the situation. You rather hold on to the pain. You rather hold on to the idea, the false belief. You rather hold on to the altar where you set up for all these years. That man or that woman became the altar, and you stay there. Even though God is telling you to remove yourself, remove thyself. You said, nope. This altar that I set up, this relationship that I set up, this man or woman that I set up, this feeling that I set up, this feelings, this image that I have placed in my mind, I cannot leave it. Listen, the image that I have placed, that image, that image that I have set up in my mind, I can't leave it. Yet we question the people who was in the wilderness for 40 years asking, why would you have other gods before him? Why would you have another God before him? But yet you doing it too. Thank you, Carlina. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Listen, I'm serious. We're still questioning people in the Bible. Why would you have other gods? Look at us. Walking around in the wilderness, looking confused. In our feelings, like we can't see. We see the truth. We see you have delivered me, but yet I don't feel good. I don't feel delivered. We're looking for a feeling, man. We're looking for a feeling. We're here looking for a feeling. I have delivered you. But I don't feel delivered. I don't feel good enough. I don't feel happy. I don't feel good. I don't feel free. I don't feel free. I don't feel amazing. I don't feel super. Tiana, listen, I'm serious. I don't feel it. So that means it's not true. But I have delivered you. You're not in the same place that you were. We're doing the same thing that they did. That story is about you. Hey, Lavera, that story is about you. You just want to hold on to the same old feelings because it doesn't align with where you are. See, those feelings of, see, I remember when I was looking for my next girlfriend, right? I said, when I was looking for the next girlfriend, I wanted to feel how I felt about my ex-wife. You heard me? You heard me? Yeah, that went over your head. That went over your head. When I was looking for my new wife, I wanted the same feelings that my old wife gave me. Man, who did that? Just Chastity, thank you so much. Wow, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Wow, thank you so much. Lord, thank you. God blessing me today. God blessing me. Thank you. I appreciate that. Or I said to go there. Oh, if I go there, I won't believe me. Freedom is priceless. Facts. Facts. Listen, I'm telling you. Listen, I wanted to feel the same way I felt about my ex-wife. So I remember, boy, I gave my, listen, you all look at me and my wife have a great relationship, but it wasn't always great. It was hell at first because she's nothing like my ex-wife. She was completely different. Looks different, talks different, sounds different, her voice is different, her body type is different, everything about her was different. Every single thing. You all don't understand. Everything about her was different. It took me a long time to understand what the hell am I doing. But something tell me stay. Thank you, Kat. I'm for real. Something tell me, hey, go ahead, stay. Don't worry. You'll be okay. Don't worry. Get that old feeling out. That old feeling, it was for the old lady. It was for the old relationship. Don't bring that new feeling in. Don't bring the old feeling over here. Don't bring your old wine. Don't put your new wine into old wineskin. Don't try to bring that old damn feelings into this new relationship. Many of us are still trying to hold on to the feeling that we got first. Many of us are still trying to look for the same feeling again. Many of us are still trying to look for the way how somebody treated you, the way how they spoke to you, the way. Clean that old stuff out. It ain't working. It hasn't worked for you. It hasn't been working. It ain't working. It won't work. It was not for you. Today is your new day. Boy, I had to. Took me a long time to look at my wife and say, what? Damn, I actually like you. My wife, boy, I swear, you all don't want. And now me and my wife, we can talk and sit or be quiet for hours next to each other without talking and feel the connection. It took me a long time to clear that old that old stuff out, man. It took me a long time, but I had to. She didn't deserve. See, this new relationship didn't deserve that old feelings. See, this new self that you have, it don't deserve to feel that old fear. Thank you, Starburst. You see this new life that you have right now? I know you don't feel it right now that is new, but it doesn't deserve to bring your anger over. See, you don't know it's new because you're still having the old feelings, the old insecurities, the old doubts, the old identity. You cannot bring the old identity into this new identity. It causes confusion. Going around and creating a new altars. That's all we're doing these days. That's why we can't heal. Everywhere we go, we set up a new altar. Everywhere we go, we set up a new altar. Whether it's your work one now, many of us, our work is a new altar. Our dating is a new altar. How did you deal with letting that go? I begin to have new information. The crazy thing is when I begin to change is when I met my wife. When I begin to intentionally change. So the more I had information, the more I begin to repeat, I am perfect. Listen, the more I begin to repeat, I am perfect. The more I begin to repeat, I have options. I have choices. The more is when I begin to have my own feelings, my own thoughts, and my own choosing. Let me choose this because I realize she's a good woman. why am I not liking her? Do I want to hurt myself? Do I want to keep being in my same cycle? Listen, somebody asked me, can I tell you guys something? Can I be honest with you guys, man? I don't want you all to think it's very, I have to be careful about what I speak because I know some people are listening still with their ears of being triggered or misunderstanding because some people are just intentionally committed to misunderstanding you. Some people will misunderstand you intentionally. Some people are committed to misunderstanding you. I don't want that to be any one of you guys because I don't mean anything bad by what I'm about to say. I want you all to just open your minds for a bit. Somebody asked me, what made your wife different from everyone else that you chose her? Somebody asked me that. What made your wife different from everyone else? Why did you choose her? They said, was she different? Was she special? Was she unique? No. What made her different was me. I made her different. I chose. I committed. She's the same. Listen, there's many great women around here. She wasn't no better or different from anyone else. But I became better. So I just picked one. I chose one. Hey, you know what? I chose you. I see that you're there. I like you. I mean, it took me a while. But I'm the one who's different. And I think many of us are misunderstand. I'm the one who's different. So therefore, I see you in me. All I'm doing, I'm seeing me and I like me. And if I like me, I'll make me calm. I'll make me relax, relax more. I'll make me more understanding. I'll make me more lovable. I'll make me more affectionate. And all I'm doing is just, I see you. So it's not about she being better or anything else. It's just I'm being better. I saw a commitment and I just said, hey, let me do it. And a lot of times you begin to, because people question themselves, how come I can't be? How come I'm not? But some of us, sometimes, I'm telling you, sometimes, my original statement was this. My original statement was this. This is your season to clean out the old wineskin before you put new anything into it. Hey, Nani, how are you doing, Nani Puffins? This is your season to clean out those old wineskins because the old wineskin cannot put information. You are too easily triggered. You are too easily confused. You are too easily annoyed. You are too easily, I don't have patience for this. You are too easily offended. You are too easily confused. You are too easily feeling all these feelings. You are too easily bothered. And therefore, when the new wine comes in, it only makes the old wineskin feel insignificant. So you're telling me you think that you're too good for me now, huh? Can you imagine, Coach? And Reg, can you imagine can you imagine me looking at the old wineskin? I'm the new wine. Look at the old wineskin. The old wineskin looking at me like, hey, you think that you just taste good, huh? Because after a while, the old wineskin will affect. The old wineskin will affect the way how the wine tastes. Yeah, you don't understand. Have you ever put, Lindley, thank you so much. This is your church of Kirk. Thank you so much, Lindley. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Listen, seriously, listen. The old wine, have you ever put clean water into an old bottle and you tasted it? Have you? Have you done that before? Have you done it before? Have you ever put clean water into an old bottle? How did it taste? Have you ever cleaned a table with an old wash rag? Oh, it spoiled the taste. It's not tasty. You can taste the remnant of the old thingy, the old material. You can taste that. This don't taste well. It's not the water. It's the old skin. Listen, some of you having the perfect information. You have the perfect wisdom. You have the perfect information, the perfect knowledge. But this shit right here is too old. It doesn't work with it. I ain't talking about the body either. Not the body. I'm talking about this belief system. This programming is to all. So when you put the new wine in, they put in the information in, it comes out different. It tastes funny when it comes out because it's too processed. You have processed it too much. You know what I'm saying? It went inside of this old programming, and when it came out, it don't sound right when it comes out. It sounds triggered. Have you ever watched social media and you hear people talk, but when they what they're saying is not a bad thing, but how it comes out, you're like, this tastes funny. Oh, this this don't taste right because it came out from anger. It came out from insecurity. It came out from pain. You see, when you put that new information in to the old programming, it comes off differently. It does not experience. It's not experience. It doesn't taste well. And even when you put it in, it don't taste. This don't taste well. Spit it out. You all suck. You're hating on me. No, I'm not. We're hating. That's what happens, y'all. And that's why it doesn't stay. So that's why you will read a book. Have you? I know. Listen, I know a lot of folks who watch me read a lot. I know a lot of folks who come on my channel, especially on my channel. I know we read a lot. I know we read a lot. I know we read and we watch. We read books and we listen to books and we take a lot of, but nothing sticks. Why? Why does nothing stick? Why? Tell me, why does nothing is practiced? Because this old wineskin is hard to replace. Hey, Jennifer from Uganda, blessings. Old wine. You all get what I'm saying, right? You all got my point of my video, right? It's time. Nothing in this, nothing that you're doing right now will work. Nothing that you're doing will work. Nothing that you're doing will stay. Nothing that you're doing with no information that you're putting in, nothing that you try. This is not your season. This is not your season. It is not your season to start anything new. Because if you start anything new in this old wineskin, when you put that new wine in it, it won't work. And you get more frustrated. Then you begin to question who you think you are. You begin to question you and your worth and your value because you realize that nothing will work, especially relationships can't work in that. Thank you so much, Classy Sarah. Thank you so much. People will change their partners before themselves because it's too painful to face the spoiled wine. Ain't that crazy? Wisdom is the principle. It's the principal thing. But in your get understanding, know the information, apply and practice it different. It's different. Yeah. So listen, I'll give you a big warning. When you clear, let me give you a warning, okay? This is the warning. When you're about to cleanse the old wineskin, I need you to understand that you're gonna not lose people. People are gonna walk away, and it's okay. Because you cannot maintain a new wineskin with old wine. You can't maintain the new identity with old beliefs, with old practices, with old feelings, with old reality and an old identity. You cannot practice a new wineskin. Is it that you have the new wineskin and the new wine? Which book are you? I was just saying in general. A lot of us read books. I wasn't talking about a specific book right now. They would have fallen off. Listen, when they fall off, here's the thing: when they fall off, be okay with it. It's nothing bad. When they fall off, be okay with it. It's not a bad thing. It's not personal. It's growth. You see what I'm saying? It's not personal. It's just growth. So don't take it personal. It's spiritual. Don't take it personal. It's spiritual. Don't take it personal. It's spiritual. I'm just saying. Leaves fall off and new ones grow back every year. I don't know why we want the same people to stay in our lives forever. And sometimes, this week, Last week and this week, alignment. Last week and this week, we were talking about the law of least effort. No, a book meeting. Wait, by the way, we do have a book that we are reading. The Seven Spiritual Laws of Success. For the one who was asking about the book that we're reading right now is the Seven Spiritual Laws of Success. We're gonna meet again at 1 o'clock today, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Listen, what was I saying, y'all? I forgot what I was saying. You all know I don't. You know what? You all know I can't maintain information in my head. You know what? By the way, somebody asked me, how come you don't think? Because I don't want to hold information in my head. That's a bad place to hold information because you miss everything else. So like, how do you forget so fast? I don't remember. I don't want to remember. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't care to remember. How do you forget so easy? It's a gift. It's a gift. It's really a gift. I think I love it. But you always forgetting. I think this is one of my man. Listen. Thank you so much, Dora. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kirk. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, Dora. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Thank you, Judith. I appreciate you guys, man. Listen, I appreciate you guys. I'm sitting in the pain. This is a spiritual growth. Hurts. Changing old wine for new skin sucks. It's ugly. Ain't it though? 90 Puppins? It is. It really is. And they're not walking away from you. They're just walking away from you. They're just walking away from the new wine. Because the new wine, when they see the new wine, they have to change too. Nobody want to change. Listen, listen, hear this. They're not walking away from you. It's not personal. You are the same person. But they don't want to drink your wine because when they drink your wine, then they got to change their wineskin too. That's why they can't stay. That's why they can't stay. So that's a lot more work that I want to do. So don't take it personal. So when you start this journey, just be. Everything will flow. Everything flows. The law of least effort. I was talking about the law of least effort. You have to understand the trees grow without effort. You know what? Jenny, some Coach and Rich was reading the same book just last week or this week. Don't believe everything you think. She even sent me. She was like, Kirk, I'm reading this new book. It's called Don't Believe What You Think. This is a powerful book, and it's true. Vanessa said, eat such as sardines, mackerel, and blueberries to help with the brain. I actually agree. Detachment from the things you can't control are healthy. Very, very, very. 7 times? Wow. You were talking about the law of least effort. Listen, man. The law of least effort. The where we are is the law of least effort now in that book, that new chapter. And it's just that if we just allow things to be as simple as they are, as natural as they are. Hey, Belinda, you're gonna see your growth. You're gonna grow. I have learned that if when in your life when you see things are hard to maintain, a lot of times they ain't for you. The book said the grass just grows. It doesn't force itself. It doesn't try. It just grows. The trees just grows. It doesn't. The fish swim. It doesn't try to swim. So the birds fly. It doesn't try to fly. It just flies. But human beings, we're gonna try to keep people. We're gonna try this. We're gonna try to make it work. Listen, some things ain't meant for it to work. That's why we can't find the people for us, because we are trying to go against the grain. Listen, in this life, when you see a lot of challenges, it's okay. It's all right. Some things just ain't for you. Some things it's gonna bring you more pain. And when you realize this, Lord, you accept it. You accept it as truth. Some things just ain't for you. When you see it becomes difficult, when you see it's fighting to stay away, when you see you gotta try hard and you gotta change and feel and all this stuff, leave it where it is. Because when you bring it to your life, you bring it more pain. It brings you that same confusion. It brings you misery. You have to let things be and let things grow apart from you as you grow. Listen, I have learned, man. I have learned in this era. I don't fight things anymore. People ask me, hey, what do you want to be? What's your goals? I have no goals. I just allowed myself to grow. The grass has no goals. No goals. The tree has no goal. He's just started to grow. He don't even know how he started growing. What makes the tree grow? How was it even planted? It just began. And the growth never stopped because he's not confusing himself as to think, this is for me, this is not for me. If I'm not here, then I'm going to suffer. Imagine If the fish looks at the bird and say, if I ain't flying, I'm not good enough. Imagine, just imagine if the fish looks at the bird and say, if I ain't flying, I ain't good enough. Many of us are looking at these things in life, these relationships and these situations and these finances, and say, if I ain't got it like that, I ain't like, listen, stop. Hey, Tabby. What's up, Carlos? How you doing, man? How you doing, brother? You gotta stop doing that. The law of least effort. There's a place where you grow. Hey, Alja from Austria. Welcome. There's a place where you grow comfortable. Look and see where you are, and you'll see where you are growing. Belinda, thank you so much. You all are blessing me today. Lord, you're blessing me. You all are blessing me today. You almost like my delivery. You almost like my message today, huh? You all must be loving my message today. I appreciate you. But this was on my heart. Listen, when I tell you, right? When I tell you guys, man, when I tell you guys, sometimes I'm sleeping. I swear, I promise you, I'm sleeping, right? I'm just being ministered to. I'm being ministered to. I mean, one morning I woke up and somebody was reading to me. I couldn't see nobody, but what is he reading from? What is this person? And whose voice is that? It's not my voice either. But I'm hearing somebody reading and reading and reading and reading and reading. And I'm like, who is? And what they're saying that when I wake up, I'm like, oh, shit. I got a word. Listen, check this out, right? Check this out. As soon as you got a word, that's a beautiful book, Within the Devil. I love that book. I love that book. I love that book. When you have a new word, you got to start now. You never wait. You got to start now. This is why preachers are always saying, today that you know, today that you heard my voice, harden not your heart now. Amanda, thank you so much. What? Let me, listen, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Amanda. Thank you so much. You're always blessing me, though. Oh, thank you. No, Lord. Thank you guys, man. You're all making me speechless. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Thank you. I appreciate that. You are top 10 into our frequency. You have made yourself receptive. You are antenna. Thank you. Thank you, Nanny. Thank you. Because you're everything. Get an understanding. Facts. Facts. Listen, today I want y'all to be blessed. But I think as you hear something, harden not your heart. And I'm not the one who is correct. Thank you so much, Belinda. Thank you. I'm not the one who is correct, and I'm not the one who is good. But let the information flow. If you want to stop suffering, if you want to stop being, just don't look at everybody around you. Don't look at everybody around you, because everybody is struggling too, and they live in life how they live in life. They live in life, as again, look at the people. Lord, have mercy. Candy, thank you. Thank you. Man, listen. What is going on today? What? Candy, thank you so much. What is going on today, though? What is going on today? What is happening? I appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Listen, let me get off of here. Let me get off of here. I think, let me get off of here. I love you guys too, man. Seriously. Carlos, God is great. Thank you, man, Carlos. Thank you. Let me get. You know what? Let me get off of here before y'all send me all your money, okay? Because this is more than enough. I appreciate you guys. Listen, I love you guys. Listen, I love my family. This is my family. I love this family right here. Thank you, Candy. Today, harden not your heart. I want you all to be free. Freedom. When you are free, I want you all to understand that there's no more. Listen, all these triggers that we talk about. All these triggers and all this being offended and being angry, and you're not experiencing life, and because there's no life to experience, and you are experiencing your own triggers. Many of us don't experience life, and we say life is hard, life is rough. I want you all to understand. Remove the triggers, remove the insecurities, remove the anger, remove all those stuff, and then look and see what's left. What's left is going to be so amazing. And all I want you all to see is just a little vision of what I see, because nothing. Christine. Thank you. Thank you. Kat, I love you too. Thank you, Christine. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Listen, you have a beautiful. Let me get off of here before y'all send me all your money. Let me get off of here. Listen, I love you guys. Be blessed. Let me go do my workout. Let me go. I'll see you guys later on today, okay? Yo, I'll be blessed, all right? I am out. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.